Got it. All right, we're recording there. So, Mr. Davis, it's a pleasure to meet you, and it's great to have you here this evening. And I met you, got your contact information, got your granddaughter's contact information through my mom. My mom met you at a presentation at one of the local museums.
Over at the McFadden.
At the McFadden Ward House, yes, sir. And with listening to my mother talk about your presentation, I was like, man, I gotta get this guy's interview. I gotta get this guy on the podcast. So I'm excited to finally meet you. Finally have you here.
To meet you.
And I wanted to just I guess we'll just start kind of from the beginning. How'd you come to the Beaumont area, and how'd you get involved with ranching and with the McFadden?
Well, I was born in Louisiana, and we moved to Beaumont in 1942, and I had an odd job, and I finally wound up working on the ranch out there for the McFaddens, at the McFadden Ranch. But I worked for the McFaddens, and then I went to work for a lawyer out there, and I worked for him till he passed. And his mother was out there, and I went to work for his mother. And Mike Dotcher was the lawyer's name, and his mother was named Miss Maddie. And while I was working for Miss Anderson, Maddie Anderson, lawyer O'Brien, Chilton O'Brien, she called him out to the ranch there to do some paperwork for her. And unbeknownst to me, she told Mr. O'Brien, say, Lewis is a good worker, and he's honest. If you ever need somebody at your ranch, say, get Lewis to work for you. So it wasn't about 2 weeks later, he had a man. There was a man out there on the ranch, a white man was on the ranch, but he left and went up the country someplace. Mr. O'Brien came by my house and asked me if I'd go out there and take over his ranch and be his foreman out there on the ranch. So I told him, yeah. So my wife, he said, bring your wife out there and see if she's going to like living out there. Well, it's right next to the Bayou Dean Golf Course out there on LaBelle Road. Well, we moved out there and stayed out there about 7 or 8 years, taking care of the ranch and all. And he finally passed on. We got rid of his cattle. Well, Mr. O'Brien, Mr. Mike Daughtry, he had some of the cattle they call the red pole. That's the ones that don't have no horns on them, the red pole. Well, now Mr. O'Brien, he got some of the cattle from up there at King's Ranch. Well, the man up there at King's Ranch, he kept, instead of being all brimmers, he kept crossing them up there with Hoodfoot and brimmers and all. And he came up with some red cattle with a pink muzzle. They call them Santa Gray Truders. Well, if a guy passed by and sees some Santa Gray Truders on your place, he knew that was way up there in the money,
Big money cows.
Big money, yeah.
Huh.
So after Mr. O'Brien died, I sold all the cattle and everything. That his daughter, he didn't have no son. He had 2 daughters. Well, one of them left and went to Portland, Oregon, I think, and the other one stayed here a while. And then they sold the whole place, sold it all out there. Then I went into construction. I worked construction till I retired from construction work. Well, I went into service. I was in the Air Force before I worked on these ranches. I went in the Air Force and did my time in the Air Force, and I got out in 1946. I got out of the Air Force.
So when did you go in?
In 45. 40, yeah, last part of 44 and 45. I did 2 years in there.
Okay.
Well, they loaded us up on the train and carried us to Portland, Seattle, Washington, to the port of embarkation to go overseas.
Right.
But the war ended, so they canceled that trip and they shipped us all the way back down to Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh, wow.
So they told us, well, if y'all want to get out, one want to get out, you can get out. And so I went on, signed up, I got out in 47. Yeah, I got out the Air Force, but they was nice to me, still being nice to me, the Army, Reserve, VA and all that, they're nice, yeah.
That's good.
But during that time I was waiting for Mr. O'Brien, well, I was promoting roping, and I had my roping kids out there on his place there and all. And I put on a few rodeos and stuff there and make a little money and all. Then I learned how to buy and sell cattle. I was a trader, cow trader, a horse trainer. Well, training horses, we used to train them haphazardous, way they call it. But I was at the auction barn one day and I noticed a magazine there on the seat and I picked it up. And this guy in Ohio was offering a horse training course for whoever wanted to learn. And I ordered that course and I learned how to train horses. If you can train a good roping horse, or a good steel dogging horse, or a good bet, that's a money horse. Them horses cost $30,000 and $40,000 for one horse, if you train me. And a boy got to be 6 years old before he started school. But when a horse is 6 years old, he's fully developed.
Right.
He's fully developed. And you start training him, don't never whip him. Don't never whip him. But you got to have a training whip just tap him on his rump to make him move or do, but don't whip him. And when you get through training him, and you call him, tell him, come here, he come right up to you, he follow you everywhere. Don't need no rope or nothing on him, and he never gonna jump no more. You don't never learn how to jump, or buck you all. But I had some of them to buck me down there before I learned how to really train them,
Right.
So I ordered my training harness and I ordered those books. In fact, I got one of my little books I brought it to. I wanted to show it to you.
Okay.
And
so you learned all of that from a set of training books.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's your bull riding starting out there. They got about 7-8 pages in there.
So for everybody listening in, what we're looking at is I got book 6, How to Ride and Train the Western Horse, and this is book 6 with also with rodeo, and the copyrighted in 1967 by the Beery School of Horsemanship from Pleasant Hill, Ohio.
Yes, it.
How to Ride and Train the Western Horse by Pete Moss.
They told me what to do and what to pay for a horse and train him. And when I sent it in, they sent me my diploma and all all that. It's at my house there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they give you a little rundown there about how to start training right. But you done been through all that there, yeah.
Yeah, it's got some details in here on how to. I'm looking right now at how to dismount from a bull.
Yeah.
So I know a little bit about that.
But one thing about if you're riding right-handed, if you get thrown, go off to the right. If you go off to the left, you're gonna hang up.
Yeah, that's what I've been having a lot of issues with that lately.
Yeah.
Because I keep last few rodeos I was at, I kept getting bucked off away from my hand, so I get hung up right as soon as I came around, and I didn't get hung up real bad, but as soon as I came around, my hand, stuck in that rope, and in the last school I went to. You want to
get off on your riding hand.
Yeah, so the last school I was at a couple weekends ago, I finally got that fixed.
You did?
And everything I was coming off of, by the end of that school, I was coming off into my hand, so my hand was pulling right out of the rope every time I came out, and it was a lot better. But that's what this picture here on page 5 of this book is saying.
There's 7 of those books. That's number 6 there, but
right.
It's some more of them. It's 7 altogether. And it teaches you about how to ride bareback horses. It teaches you how to train cutting horses and all that.
Yeah, it's even right here. It's even talking about rodeo clowns, how to fight the bulls.
Yeah.
So it's got everything in here.
Oh yeah.
All the rigging for bareback riding.
And on the back, way in the back, they got built by barrel racing. We in the back of the book there. That's steer dogging.
Yeah, it's got details on steer dogging.
Uh-huh.
And there it is. There's a barrel racing details.
Uh-huh.
So you got all your information out of this, and then just putting it to work.
Well, you have to have a training pen there. Just like a little boy go to school, go to a room, you got to have a training a pen there where he can't run off out in the field and all that, you know what?
Right.
And try to train him where it's nothing to attract his attention. You want his undivided attention to what you train. And once you train him and teach him, he got that for the rest of his life. You can turn him out for 2 or 3 years. When you go back, he'd be right where you was when you let him out there.
Right where you left him.
Oh yeah. If you train him right there, but it's a whole lot to it. You know what I mean? 'Cause training a horse, you got to learn how to communicate with him, because his brain is very small. According to that book, there, his brain is not. You can't train him in the brain. You train him in his muscles and all that. And when you get him all nervous and all that, you can't train him. But if you keep him calm and keep his nerves down, you know what I mean, everything, you can train him. And you got to have a pen there to train him, you know what I mean. Don't have no halt or nothing on him, and you train him out there. And teach him what you want him to do and all that. Yeah, when you put the saddle on him, you just go on and ride. About 5 days, a buck wild one, but not. Back in those days, them ranchers, they had, well, each cowboy had at least 5 or 6 horses out there. He couldn't ride the same one every day. Well, them horses out there, they would be out there on the ranch in a separate place, you know, to themselves. Well, they'd bring them up when they'd be about 15 or 18 months old and put that hot brand on them. They'd burn them with that hot brand, turn him out. Then when they put him up again, they castrate him, turn him back out, live or die. And when you go and pin him up the next time to try to ride him, he gonna bite you, kick you, or do something to you because you done hurt him 2 times already, you see.
Right.
So they don't raise them kind of horses no more now. They quarter horse and thing. They raised up close to a ranch there, and they generally start petting them and training them when they're little old coach, you know. So he's not afraid of you, you know what I mean. And he ain't got no bad habit. They don't raise all the ranching people. They raising them good-blooded quarter horses now. They raising good-blooded horses, and them horses cost you some money. Well, I raised horses and sold them. I paid $500 for a little 3-bar stud coat, and I started raising horses. So I sold a lot of horses, yeah. And I trained quite a few too, you know.
So a horse, like one of those horses that they kind of raised up, kind of that old style where they brought them in and branded them, and then brought them back in and castrated them, and so they'd be more wild by the time you got a hold of them. About how long would it take to train one of those horses?
Well, the way they was training them back then, you don't never get him trained. You might can ride him today, this morning, that afternoon he might throw you, you know.
Right.
If you train him right, you don't never worry about him bucking or nothing like that. He ain't gonna have, he don't have that.
How long does it take for him to become?
They more gentle and more, well, I'm gonna say domesticated. Well, I guess that's the word to use. They're not out there wild.
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, they start working with them when they're young. Then they start working with them. Well, a good horse gonna cost you a piece of money now, you know. But
about how much you think now to get a decent horse?
You get one untrained, a trained one.
Say untrained, an untrained horse, but something that's ready for you to work with.
Something for you to work on. Well, you might want it for $800 or $1,200, $1,500 for one like that. But now, when you talking about the rodeo horse, you talking about $20,000 or $30,000 or more.
Okay.
Way more than that for a well-trained rodeo horse, you know. Because you can make money. You can make money on a horse. There's steel dogging, roping, and barrel racing. There's money in that. There's good money in there.
So why wouldn't a cowboy be able to ride the same horse over and over? Why would they need 6 or 7?
you had such a long ways to travel a day. So you don't want to ride that same horse every day. You'd have 5 or 6 horses. It'd be 40 or 50 horses in the corral there for each cowboy. He got at least 5. You ride one Monday, you let him rest Tuesday and ride another and let him rest till you ride all 5 or 6 of them, then you start all over again. You don't ride that same horse every day.
Okay. So you don't wear them out?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got 5 or 6. That's your horses on the ranch, but you can't take him home with you. That's your horse.
Right. You can use them, but you can't leave with them.
You can't leave with him, but if you want to go help somebody wake some cattle, you could go down there and get one of your horses and go over there and help Mr. So-and-so wake his cattle, but bring that horse back to the ranch.
Okay.
You know, you can take it to you. But I had a lot of good horses, man. I should have brought you some of those photos I got over there. But the quarter horse, he's well built and he's quick.
Yeah.
He's quick, yeah, and powerful. Yeah.
So did you work mostly with quarter horses, or did you work with any other breeds of horse?
Well, I worked with a couple of Mustangs. You can take a Mustang, well, they're not as wild as they used to be, you know, like everything. You can take him, and if you train him like you train any other horse, he's a good riding horse. He's a good horse, you know what I mean? But you got to train him just like you train one of them others there. But all horses, you're not going to find 2 of them alike. But all horses pretty well much respond to the same training and all. These all pretty well much, But it's a lot to it. It's a lot to it, but it's money in it to train horses. Yeah, it's good money in it.
So did you grow up doing that, or did you just get into it when you went to the ranching?
Well, I've been riding horses since I was about 6 or 7 years old in Louisiana.
Okay.
I used to lead the horse up to the porch and park him here, and I'd go up on the porch and get on him. I couldn't get on from the ground.
He was too big to get on from the ground, huh?
But I've been riding horses since I was about 6, 7, 8 years old. My daddy, he had horses and cows. He had a few cows. He didn't have no whole lot. But you talking about cattle. Out there at McFadden Ranch, I ain't never knowed how many he had. He had way up in the thousand and thousand he had of cattle out there. But one thing about it, out from Winnie, back in there, McFadden Ranch, they call it Big Hill back in there. Well, if you leave from Big Hill and go south, you wind up on McFadden Beach.
Right.
You wind up on the beach. Well, now, all them cattle that McFadden had different locations. They wasn't all together. There so many, 200 or 300, 500 in the whole. What we would do in the wintertime, we'd separate the calves from the mothers, and we'd drive them down there where we're going to swim them across that intercoastal canal. That's about as long, or a little longer than a football field, where we'd swim them and put them on the beach over there, on McFadden Beach over there. He had a big bunch of land over there. We put them over there in the wintertime. The cold wouldn't hurt that salt grass, and them cows would eat that grass. We wouldn't have to feed them all the winter.
Oh, okay.
Over there on the ranch, on the beach. All right, when spring come, we go over there and go to all them different locations and bring them. We had one special place where we'd swim them back on this side. We swim them back, but we didn't ride our horses across that water. What we would do, we'd separate the little calves, put them in a trailer and haul them around through Stoll and Wynn and bring them to McFadden Big Hill. What we would do, they had a little boat there. Take your saddle off your horse and tie your rope onto his rein, and put your saddle in the boat, and you get in the boat and let your horse swim there. You lead him on across there. When you get on the other side, you get out, get your saddle, and go follow that hood. Well, when we get all the cows swim back over there, we'd hold them there, and they dump them calves, them little calves that didn't swim, we wouldn't swim. We had to hold that hood until each one of them cows get their calves back with them there.
Oh wow, so you have to wait for them to all pair back up
And them
again.
cows, they'd holler for them kids holler, he'd go right to his mama. He'd go right to his mama there. I ain't talking about 5 or 10, I'm talking about 200 or 300 or more.
So you just let the calves out of the trailer, and they just naturally find their way back to their mother.
Yeah, well, after we swim the mothers over there, back over here, we didn't put no calves over there.
Okay.
Well, another thing, they had about 500 or 600 head of bulls. We put so many bulls with so many cows, you know what I'm saying? And what the farmer would do, what we would do, you keep them separated, keep the bulls with the females.
Mm-hmm.
In June, we put so many bulls in, depending on how many cows was in that group. That way, a cow would have a calf for 9 months. If you put the bulls in there June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, and calves start coming in March. That way you don't have to worry about them getting frostbitten or freezing out there during the winter. You don't have no calves. And all them cows swim back across and they'd have them calves over here at Big Hill. But when we go back to swimming back over, we separate those calves. Well, they had the Coastal Cattle Company here, auction barn. I helped build it. All them big ranchers would bring their cows there and sell them with Maxwell. We'd pin them yelling calves up in different sizes there. And then Bob would go out there to the ranch and buy a whole pen of cows. He didn't come to the auction barn. He had to pay an auction fee, you understand?
Okay.
And man, we'd have guys that send 2 or 3 trailer trucks down here from the feed lots, you know. Guy come in there and buy a whole 2 or 3 pen of cattle. He don't have a ranch. He don't have nothing. What he do, he buy them and contract with the feed lots to feed them for so many days and put 200 or 300 pounds of weight on them, and then he sell them. They don't never go to his ranch, they go to the feed lot.
So he's more of a broker than anything.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, when them guys they all knew how to make money with cattle there, you know. You didn't have to have no ranch. You go out there to the ranch and buy you a whole bunch of calves and send them to the feed lot. And they feed them out there and do what they had to do to them. They put feed out there, them trolls, they don't never get empty. They eat all day and all night. In 60 or 70 days, they done put on at least 150 or 250 pounds in about 70 days.
Wow.
Then they ready to go to the market. But now, I was talking with a guy the other day, and he said cattle was down. I heard him talking about, like McDonald's, all of them, they done found some kind of gimmick to make hamburgers and don't use no beef. They got some kind of something they came up with to make the hamburgers there with. So that kind of hurt the cattle business, you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's some kind of substitute out there. I wonder if it's mixed. They're mixing different kinds of meat, or if it's just some kind of.
They come up with something in the lab, some kind of something other there. They're using some vegetables, some kind of vegetables.
Okay. Making like a substitute.
Yeah, the Beyond the Meats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know about
Mm-hmm.
Beyond the meat, whatever that is. We'll have to look that up later for
It's vegan.
something vegan. So vegan burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would hurt the cattle industry.
Well,
It would.
but I remember back in the days, cattle was selling for 12, 15 cents a pound. They finally went to 25 cents a pound.
Wow.
And them little old calves, sometime, them cows would leave them there and never go back and get them. But they'd give them to us. So I had me a big feeding bottle there. I'd go get me some calf mix, for milk and feed them, keep them in that bottle and raise them. Yeah, they wouldn't even bring them to the sale barn because they couldn't get nothing for them.
Right.
They just leave them out there. You want them, you bring them, put him on your horse and bring him to the barn up there. And when you get off, put him in the truck and bring him home with you there.
I think
Yeah,
your mom
raise
has
them.
pictures of that because he brought it to the luncheon.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he
Okay.
did.
I'll have to check with Mom and see if she got some pictures of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she told me you wanted to be a bull rider. I said, yeah. She said, I ain't gonna say what she said, but I told her, no, encourage him. Don't try to stop him. You know when to stop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what everybody says. They say one guy the other day said he said you don't quit rodeo will quit you. He said you'll know when it's time because it'll quit you.
You'll know when it's time to quit. Yeah, you don't need nobody to tell you, but get with some of them younger cowboys there. You know what I mean, and they looks out for each other. You know, they looks out and take care of each other.
Right.
But
so what was imagine working down around McFadden Beach and down in that saltgrass and stuff, down in those marshes and stuff. I imagine it was probably pretty hard working conditions sometimes.
Where?
Between all down around McFadden Beach and stuff, between all the mosquitoes and the weather and stuff like that.
Don't mention mosquitoes. Them cows would stay on the beach all the winter. When spring hit, them cows would. Some of them we didn't have to go around them up and bring them to that swimming hole where we were swimming. We had a gate there, and they couldn't go in there, but they'd come back by themselves. But we'd hold them till we get a whole bunch of them there. Man, sometimes you could just take your hand and do like that on your chest and get a handful of mosquitoes. Your horses, they couldn't stand it. Just, man, the mosquitoes down. It was bad at night down there. It was bad. Mosquitoes were bad. And deer flies, them flies sucking blood out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they be ready to come on back across over here when spring hit, man.
Man, so what would y'all do for yourselves when you were down there working in that?
Well, you see, they had a kitchen, a house here at Big Hill. The cook was there. They cooked and we'd eat. They'd feed us. Over at the beach, he'd go over there. He had a cook and I had a house over there and a place for us to eat. They'd cook and feed us over there on the beach.
Okay.
He wanted to know, what did you do to protect yourself from the mosquitoes? What did you do to protect yourself from the mosquitoes?
Wear a rain suit. A slicker suit.
Just cover up, huh?
Well, yeah, because them mosquitoes, I'm telling you, you could just wipe on your chest like that and get a handful of them.
Man.
Oh, they was bad. Yeah, them big ones, them big mosquitoes.
Yeah. So did y'all stay down there when y'all were working the cows like that? You drove home every night?
We drove home every night. No, we go back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah. But all that's done changed there now. I don't know if you got any cattle down there on McFadden Ranch at all. After the older ones passed on, well, the younger ones, they didn't fool with cattle, raising cattle. Next to King's Ranch up at Kingsville, McFadden was about the largest ranch in Jefferson County.
Really?
The McFadden. Well, the Broussards, they was pretty good, but McFadden, you know, and they say, I was reading a little book about Mr. Perry McFadden. They asked me, say, how much land do you want? He said, I just want that what I own and the one next to it. Yeah, he owns a lot of. In fact, the business, if you start in South Beaumont over there and go all the way to Port Arthur, McFadden's on over there. In fact, the business, they got a McFadden, a horse ranch there on the West Port Arthur Road. Those Arabian horses.
Oh, yeah.
That's the McFaddens. All that is McFadden. And what really made him famous, he owned a spinner top there where all them oil wells was.
Right.
That was Mr. McFadden land, so they had to go through his land to get the oil. So they had to fill his pockets up too, you know.
Oh, right.
But they're nice. All of them is real nice. Yeah, they're real nice. When they found out I had worked down there, they had me going ever since.
Man.
Yeah, they're real nice.
So when did you start getting into the rodeo industry and producing rodeos and stuff?
Back in the 60s.
Okay.
In the 60s,
And where did that take you? How far did you travel to produce?
I didn't get professional. I just did local rodeos, you know.
Okay.
I didn't ever get professional. I just did local rodeos around in Beaumont, Louisiana.
Okay.
Cheeks out there, them black rodeo pins and stuff. Yeah. But it's money in rodeoing now.
Oh, and a saddle maker too, huh?
Huh?
And a saddle maker too.
Yeah, I used to make saddles.
Really?
I learned how to make saddles. I was a saddle maker, cattle, horse trader. working on the ranch. When I left the ranch, I went into construction, but I still kept my saddle shop there, making saddles and all.
Where was your saddle shop at?
Out there on Harriet Street in Beaumont out there.
Okay.
Of course, down from Washington Boulevard.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought my son would have got into it, but he didn't get into it. But, oh yeah, man. Well, I was roping, and down at the ranch, Mr. O'Brien, he brought some saddles there. He bought some saddles there for the ranch. One of them had a lot of swells on it there, you know, keep you from getting thrown off your horse. And I trained my roping horse. When she stopped, man, my legs go up, hit them swells on it there, and I'd be sore on my legs. So I left off one day and I went to Kirbyville hunting me a roping saddle, used roping saddle. I didn't find one there. And a guy told me about a lady out here at Bevel Oak had a saddle shop. So I went by her shop. She came out there. I said, "Miss, I'm looking for me a roping saddle I can rope out of." She said, "I got one back there, but I don't guess you want it." I said, "Let me see it." So we went back there and it needed stirred leather. It needed a fleece up on it and all that. I said, "How much you want for it?" She said, "Would you give me $40 for it?" I said, "Yeah, but I ain't know nothing about fixing saddles, you understand?"
Right.
I said, "Well, how much you gonna charge me to fix it?" She charged me $125 to put stirred leather and buckles and fleece on it and all that. And she sold me that saddle. But by me being a foreman on the ranch, I could take my saddle to the saddle shop and go back in the shop there and watch them working on them, you understand?
Right.
So I learned how to do some of that. I buy them old saddles and take them apart and put back on what they need on them. I learned how to do it, and I got all my tools and everything. So I had good saddle business, man. Guys out of Houston used to bring saddles down there to me to fix and all of that. But I got so, man, having cramps in my fingers and all. I'm 93 years old, man.
93.
I can't even get on a horse, miss. That's why I want to train it. But I did it and I enjoyed it, man. I did, yeah. Yep. Training a horse is almost like teaching a kid in school. It ain't much different, ain't it? It ain't much different. You'd be surprised how a horse will respond to things. You know, I was reading some of them training books I got there. They teach horses tricks, you know. You go to him and you take your pen and you touch him somewhere on his chest here, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And when you touch him with that pen, he's going to either do like that with his head. He think that's a deer fly sticking in him. And you go to a rodeo out there and you got your horse out there and you got him out there and you go up to him in the front. They don't let him see what you're doing there because you done train. And if his name was Bill. Bill, do you like Jimmy? Do you like Mike? They think that horse knows but you done train him with that pen there to move his head this way or move his head that way. But they think they don't know no better sitting up there in the stand. They think that horse understand what you're saying and doing what you asking him to do.
Right.
Yeah, it's fun. Well, in some of those books, even he got a dog training. He trained dogs also. Yeah, he trained dogs, horses, all animals. Pretty well much the same thing. You got to train them because they don't talk, but you got to communicate with them. Learn how to communicate with them, and they'll do it. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah.
How many horses do you think you've trained?
Overall, yes.
Right, quite a few.
30 to 40 of them at least.
30 or 40 at least?
Yeah. Well, when I started raising colts there, you know, with my stud and all, well, I trained them and sell them to guys, you know, roping horses and all.
Right.
Sometimes they just buy a little young weaned colt, you know what I mean? But I found out them horses with that big long head and narrow in the hips back there, man, them quarter horses he built up there for speed, man.
Right.
Yeah, the quarter horse, you can't beat him for rodeoing. And cattle working, either one of them, yeah, he's the horse of the ranch for working there, yeah. But yeah, I trained quite a few of them. I don't care what kind of habit he got. Them books I got, it tells you in book number 8, it's habit, you go there and they tell you to go in book number 6 or number 5, and whatever habit he got, what they tell you to do to him, don't whip him or nothing. But you see, that training harness I got there, you put that harness on him, and the way you can rig him up there, you can throw him down.
Okay.
And hold him, just hold that one rope there. Then you can, when he go to get up, just pull on his neck bend, he can't get up, you know. You got to let him know you can overpower him, because he know his strength when he get 4 or 5 years old. He know his strength. And when he found out you can overpower him, throw him down and hold him down there till you tell him to get up, he realized then you going to be the boss.
Okay.
And you realize you're the boss if you can throw him down and hold him down there. And if he got a habit of rearing up, you don't want him rearing up, you can put that rigging on him and put some straps on his front feet, and you got some plow lines there which you plow. You get behind him, and when he go up in the air, you tighten that rope up there and his 2 feet fold up under, then he gonna go all the way down to his knees getting back down, so he ain't gonna be rearing up there. Stop him with that rearing up there.
Right.
Yeah, when he go up and come down and his feet ain't there to land on him, he laying on his knees, his mouth down on the ground just about. He realized that guy got something down. He got more power than me.
He realized he don't want to do that again.
No. Any kind of habit he got, kicking, biting. Any kind of habit he got there, it's in them books there. It's in the books that tell you what to do. I think I got those books about soul, I think. I had somebody's talking with me about them, but I might well sell them to him. I ain't gonna use them. I can't use them. What am I? I barely can walk, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
how about when you're working with a horse like that? How long can you how long does a training session usually last when you go out there to train with them that day? About how long do you spend with them before?
Well, you don't overdo it.
Okay.
You just do it to where you realize he likes it and he's at ease. You know, he ain't nerved up or nothing like. 20 or 30 minutes, at least an hour. That's a long hour to put him through what you're putting him through. You know what I mean?
Right.
The main thing you want to learn him from the get-go is get up, and the main thing you want to learn him is whoa, means to stop. You put that training harness on him and some lines, and you walk behind him, and you let him go around in that pen, and you stop him at a certain spot. Just kind of pull it a little bit, tell him whoa, and he stopped there. Then you make him go. You go around there, and when you get back there, he gonna stop on his own. He done learned to stop there. But you force him on and stop him over here somewhere. So you know when he hear whoa, that means stop nobody, not just here, that means whoa means stop anywhere, everywhere.
Okay.
You understand? And when you learn him that, he never forget that. And when you want to make sure he got whoa down pat, you walking behind him with 2 lines on him there, and you walking around him there, you walking, and you drop them lines on the ground, and you holler whoa, and he stop. You know he know what you mean now. You don't have to pull on him, don't do nothing. Just drop him on the ground and holler whoa. I've had him go to a barbed wire fence and hang his foot up in that wire fence, and he can't get out. He be there, and I get within hearing distance, and I holler, whoa. He stop right there, and I go there and lift his foot out of there. But when he put his foot over that barbed wire and try to get away, he turned and he just cut himself all up under here and ruined that all up under. But if you teach him whoa, he can be bucking. And when you teach him whoa, he gonna stop. But he ain't gonna never buck if you teach him right. You know, if you train him right, he ain't gonna never buck. No. Yes, indeed.
That was a pretty good. Those books were a pretty good investment then.
What? Oh man, I got training and these right here, and even got a breeding course in some book. I got about 10 of them there telling you about breeding animals.
Yeah.
And I got the horse training books. I got these here, and I got a saddle horse, some saddle gated horse. Got a set of books on them and all that.
Wow.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're still in business or not. Probably.
Okay.
Probably. I don't know if they're still in business or not.
Yeah.
But I might. Well, them books in good shape. They ain't ragged and all tore up and nothing. I kept them in good shape.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
whoever get them, if they want to train horses, or if they want to train some young people how to train horses, they can still have them horse trained in school. You can have a horse trained in school if you want to train horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely got all the information there.
Yeah.
So, what's the one of the craziest stories or wildest stories y'all had working those cows out there on the McFadden land or out there anywhere where y'all were working cows? What was something that stands out that just was a wild story maybe something that almost an accident that got somebody almost gotten into trouble with a horse or a cow, but happened to keep from getting hurt?
Never did get hurt that I know out there on the ranch.
Oh, yeah?
Nobody didn't get hurt. Well, you can't be soft and be on the ranch waking cattle back in them days. Well, they were wild. Them cows were wild. You know what I mean? And
what's one of your wildest stories? Like, what is something that? What's one of your wildest stories? Like you can remember?
No, I can't remember right now. Yeah.
That could have had someone that could have almost died.
Oh no, we never get to that part. No. But
I guess knowing how dangerous it is to work around cows and horses,
it's dangerous.
Y'all were probably pretty careful when y'all went out.
Oh yeah. But them cows were wild cows back then. But they're not wild like they used to be. They done bred them up there and got them, more gentle than what they used to be. But they used to be real wild. Oh man.
How did you all tame them
Huh?
How did you all tame them?
Tame them cows?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't tame them. What you do, you pin them, and they had what they call a chute. And a guy had a walkway, he could walk, and they down here in the chute. He could vaccinate them, warm them, and then we would spray them out there for the flies and mosquitoes and things out there. But you didn't get out in the pen and work them. You was up on the walkway here, and the cows was in the chute here, and we sent them in there one at a time. And if we wanted to separate them, they had a gate made up there. You could let them go this way or let them go that way if you want to separate them, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But you didn't get out in it. The only one would be down there with them would be somebody on a horse, putting them in the chute, make them go in the chute. But nobody wasn't down on their feet.
So y'all would go out in the field and bring them all into that penning
to
area,
that pen,
get them in a corral or something, and then push them through those
chutes. Push them to that chute.
Okay.
And well, they used to dehorn some of them. They wanted to dehorn. They had what they call a squeeze chute on the end of the chute. You put him in that, and all he can do is stick his head through there. You could take them dehorns and tip his horns off. They wouldn't have them sharp horns there,
Okay.
And no, you didn't get out in that pen with some of them cows that eat your lunch. You got out in that pen with them there. Oh yeah, they would fight. Yeah, but
what kind of hours did y'all work?
From about 7 till 6 till the sun go down.
Yeah, so
yeah.
all day.
All day. Yeah, till the sun go down, from sun up to sun down.
Did you work 7 days a week, or did you have a day off?
Sometimes we work on Sundays, but mostly we work Saturday. We work Monday through Saturday most of the time, depending on what they was doing. Then they had this anaplasmosis amongst them cows down there. And we'd have to pin them cows in the vet. When we put them in that squeeze chute, he could go up there and get some blood out of their neck there. Mm-hmm. And he had a deal, he put that blood in there to test them cows for bang disease.
Okay.
Brucellosis, but we call it bang. They call it bang disease. He could put that blood in a deal there and tell whether it was bang. Well, if it was bang, you had to get rid of them because it's more or less, I'm going to say it like this, it's more like a venereal disease in human. the females would get pregnant, but along about 4, 5, or 6 months, they would abort the calf.
Okay.
They'd be born with no hair on. Well, and that was very contagious in the hood. If you get a cow with that bang disease, and the bull go there and mate with her, then he go mate with all the rest of them, and all the rest of them become a bang. So you had to get rid of them.
Okay.
But we never did have TB. Now, Broussard, right next to Max Fanrant, they had tuberculosis amongst his cows. But we had the bang disease down there too. We had the bang disease, and sometimes we would we done test the hood, and one of them bang cows get back and I had to go back and test them all over again.
Oh yeah, so that was kind of an ongoing
thing.
battle.
Yeah.
Huh. Well,
the government would pay them for them. The one that banged out, the government would give them so much a head for them.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it was something. But
how many guys did y'all have working?
Cowboy,
how many cowboys did you have working at one time?
Sometime 8, about 6 to 8.
6 to 8. Okay.
Yeah. And you didn't go by yourself. You had a riding partner. It was 2 of y'all riding together. You had a riding partner. 2 of y'all go together.
Okay.
When you go out there to round them up, herd them up, 2 go yonder, 2 go yonder, 2 go yonder. You didn't go out there by yourself. No, you never go by yourself. You always had a riding partner.
Okay.
All them guys was waking out there, they all gone home.
Yeah?
Yeah, they all gone home. Some of them was some tough cowboys, man. Woo, woo. They had one of them out there, Lester Jackson. He died. When we go to swim them cows back to the big hill, he'd be out there in the intercoastal canal on his horse making them cows swim. The phone be hollering, Lester, come on back here, Lester. And he out there on his horse was named Old Crew. That was his horse named Crew. And he was out there on Crew making them cows swim across that canal. But he didn't ever swim all the way across there, but he was out there.
Huh.
Yeah. We had a lot of fun there. I call it fun, We was working. Yeah. So we liked it to do. Yeah.
What about your rodeo club?
About the rodeo?
Oh, rodeo club.
What about your club?
My club? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I started a roping club there. And it was going pretty good, but some of the guys, they didn't want to do right, so we dissolved it, you know what I mean? I had the roping calves and everything there. On Sunday, I would bring them over there to the rodeo pen, and we get out there and rope, a lot of them learn how to rope over there at my place,
Yeah.
But I finally got away from it. I couldn't take care of it anymore, so I sold all my cows and sold all my horses, got rid of my horses, yeah. Yeah. But every Sunday we go somewhere and rope, if we didn't go to my place, we'd go to some of the other guys that had rodeo pen, and rope. Mm-hmm.
Where did you have your pen?
Out there at Spinner Top, just off Corner Drive back over there.
Was it Hillebrand?
No, it wasn't quite Hillebrand. When you're going out Corner Drive, when you get to Highland Avenue, you turn off and go around back up in there on that road there. That's where my rodeo pen was back in there. Yeah.
When you're talking about roping, and earlier you were showing me when you shook my hand, you were showing me you lost your thumb. Huh?
Yeah.
When you were
got it mashed off. Rope. You know what? When it mashed my thumb off, it must have deadened it. It didn't hurt.
It didn't hurt at all.
It didn't hurt at all. When it hurt, after I made it to the doctor and he shot some dead, and it must have came back to life. That rope must have deadened. I didn't feel nothing.
Huh.
And we wasn't right at the doctor's office. We had to load up in the truck and go to the doctor's office. When I got there, my thumb was hanging with a little string like that, and he cut off. But nowadays, they could have put it back on there.
Yeah.
But he cut it off and just threw it in the garbage.
When did that happen? What year did that happen? Do you remember?
That was back in the 70s, I think.
Back in the 70s.
Yeah. But there's a lot of them had the thing. Well, I wasn't the only one that had matched off fingers.
I've heard of a lot of
matched off fingers.
I've heard of a lot of ropers had their thumbs.
Man, you got out there and you dropped that rope around a 12 or 1,600 pound bull, and he moving there. It don't take long to match that finger off that, man.
No.
Some of them bulls weigh 2,000 pounds, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had to be on a trained horse to hold him too. Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Then he might turn on you and your horse, go there and flip your horse if you don't keep. But once that horse get nudged with that bull, he know how to get away himself. He know how to stay out of the way, out of danger there. Cause that bull pick him up and flip him over, and you might wind up under the horse on the ground.
Yeah.
You know? It's dangerous. It's dangerous. But ain't nothing like having a good trained horse.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. A good trained horse. Yep.
That's what we always said in the construction industry. Is just nothing like good equipment and good tools, and that's kind of the same thing with the horses. Nothing like a good horse or like having a good dog or something.
He got to trust you, and you got to trust him. If you ever ride him out there in quicksand or ride him on an old bridge where it's broken, his leg ground, he don't trust you no more. You can whip him all you want. He's not going on that bridge no more. Or on a bridge, because you rode him on there and got him hurt. You understand? You don't never want to ride him where you're going to get hurt or get stuck. I was riding my horse, helping the guy get his cows out there by Spindle Top over there. And them cows, we bring them out there, and them cows, they stayed up there where they could pass. I decided I was going to hit them all, and I rode my mare out in some quicksand. She went down to her belly. Well, I managed to get off of her and make it to the bank, and I called the cowboy, and he came there and roped my saddle with his rope and his horse and pulled my horse out of there.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't never want to get them where they get hurt or nothing like that.
Okay.
No. But if you force them, they'll go now. If you hit him with them spurs, with them irons, he'll go.
He'll go.
Yeah, he will go. Yeah. But,
so when you got into the construction industry, what part of the construction industry were you in? Residential or commercial?
No, I worked for contractors, worked in the refineries and cement finishers. I worked with cement finishers and worked with pipe fitters and iron workers and all that, you know. And I worked in Bethlehem Steel for a while in the shipyard there. And in construction, if you got on a construction job and it lasted a year, that was a long time. Well, I helped build Mobile Chemical on the Port Arthur Road and Mobile Chemical on 9 up there. I worked on both of those places. Worked in Mobile Oil and the refineries, you know.
Okay.
But sometimes you just go in there, they'd have a shut down to remodel and rebuild and redo things. Well, after that, you go to another job, you know.
Right. So a little bit of everything.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that was probably pretty wild back in those days, too. I said that was pretty wild back in those days, too, you know. It was, the industry was a lot different. Safety was a lot different.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I went to work in the shipyard, I started out in the labor crew there, you know. We was down in the bottom of that ship. Them iron workers would be up there, pipe fitters would be up there cutting that asbestos and dropping it down there, and all that dust in there. And you had to have a extension light, because they had them aisles in that boat down there where each man being there. You had to have an extension light to see your buddy right next door to that asbestos. And they didn't give us no respirators or nothing. But what I would do, I would go to the warehouse and get me a clean rag out of one of them boxes of rag and put it on my nose. I guess why I didn't get all that asbestos in my lungs. You know what I mean?
So you've never had to deal with it. Never had to deal with it in your lungs so far.
No.
Never had any complications from it.
I worked in the labor gang, and the foreman came up to me one day at lunch. He said, "Look, can you read and write?" I said, "Yeah, I can read pretty good." He said, "Well, go to the warehouse. They need somebody at the warehouse." Well, I went to the warehouse and unloading freight when they come in and put them racks where it's supposed to go and all that stuff. And so the man that was over the warehouse, he was over cranes, all the cranes and everything. I wound up out there in the rigging department.
Okay.
I was a rigger out there. I learned how to rig too. Yeah, I learned that. And I learned how to fill in requisitions in the warehouse and take inventory, go in there and count all them bolts and all them pipe pins and all that stuff. I had a big family, man. I had a wife and 7 kids. I had to do it. Yeah, but I did it. Yeah. Her dad is my oldest son. Is my oldest son. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how many grandchildren do you have?
Let's see.
I got some grandchildren. I got some great grandchildren. I got some great grandchildren.
You have 12 grandchildren.
12
grandchildren. 15 great grandchildren.
12 grandchildren, 15 great grandchildren.
And 3 great.
And 3 great grandchildren. Wow.
And they're still coming. Yeah.
So y'all got a big crowd whenever y'all get together for a holiday or a family reunion.
They planning my family on my mother's side, they've been having a family reunion for years. Every 2 years they'd meet up somewhere and celebrate and get to know each other. So now I'm a Davis, and the Davis and Calvin, that's my family name, Calvin. They getting organized this year to have a Davis reunion. Okay. The first time they're gonna have it. So she got some cousins she don't know. Some of them right here in Beaumont she don't know.
Yeah.
Has never met them or nothing, but she'll get a chance to meet some of her cousins there. My first cousin would be her daddy's second cousin, so she'd be the third cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But, they planning on it. They got it going on. They're going to have it in July, I think. They're going to try to have it in July.
So, man, you've seen a lot of changes, too, around the Beaumont area.
Oh, man, what you talking about? Yeah, it's been a lot of changes.
Yeah. So if you built that Exxon plant out on 90, that's a plant that I've done a bunch of work in, especially lately. Since I've been with this company, I've been working doing.
I did mobile chemical out there. I worked out there a full year.
Yeah.
They started out making those pellets.
Yeah.
To make plastic.
Polyethylene pellets.
Yeah, they started out doing that, making those pellets. Now, I'm gonna say this. When they wanted to build that plant there where Mobile on 90,
right,
just past that plant, they had some black people owned a bunch of land there.
Yeah.
They were going to buy that land and put Mobile plant over there. When they found out they was black, they moved back here and bought this land here and built this plant to plant and grow. Now they wound up having to buy this black people land. But the guy told me not too long ago, they done bought them out, they bought the black people out there, because Mobile and went that way and straight on up.
So they got all that land right there.
Yeah. Well, that used to be a black guy. He was a rice farmer, but after he died, it was young people there. But they sold it. They finally sold it. In fact, it's been, I don't know if you know about Jack Patilla's barbecue.
Oh yeah.
Well, yes, that sir. Was let me see if I can get this straight. That was Jack Patilla's son, wife, people there.
Okay.
Frank Patilla, Jack Patilla's son. Okay. That belonged to Patilla and them there.
Okay.
One got the barbecue pit there.
Yeah.
That was their property out there, the Patilla.
Oh, okay.
Then I helped build that plant on the West Port Arthur Road over there, that mobile plant there.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of expansion work that's gone over there.
They done growed a whole lot down there at that mobile plant down there.
Yeah.
Well, I worked with my brother-in-law over there sometime. He did all that when they wanted to pour concrete. My brother-in-law, he was a cement finisher. He did all the concrete work and all them buildings there. He built them walls down on the ground here, and put the iron workers put some iron in there. When they reared them up, they welded them together. And inside the building, They use metal studs and put sheetrock in it, so there ain't nothing to burn. The only trash in there was in the wastebasket that would burn. Nothing in no building would burn.
Right.
Yeah. My brother-in-law built all them buildings out there when they started.
All tilt wall. You're probably talking about those tilt wall panels that they put in there and then weld everything together, and it's just all concrete and steel by the time they get done. Yeah.
Nothing to burn except that's in the garbage, the trash can there. No, you couldn't set that on fire.
No.
No. Yeah, but man. I was working for another guy there, and he was in with a fellow in Nevada, and I would do the roping, and this man, young Beaumont, he had myself and two more black guys working for him, man. And got up that morning to go to Nevada. Well, the black guy would drive, and the white man ride in the front, and myself and the other boy would ride on the back of the truck then. So we got ready to go to Nevada. We go out there, and he'd go around by Cal, and we go with him and rope him and load him in that truck and bring him to this main place in Nevada. So we went there, and we stopped there to gas the truck up there on Main Street that morning, and we had a white fella there loading up one of them little penny machines you get peanuts out of.
Mm-hmm.
So I walked over, he said, "What the hell you want my job?" I said, "No, I want your job." We didn't know that he had a ride that night in Beaumont. So we went on out there, and Mr. Bosey came out there and said, "Mr. George Fairchild, you brought those boys out here." He said, "You know they had a ride in Beaumont last night?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, you need to go back to town and try to get these boys from out here." So old man George came back to Beaumont. He said, "No, the police say they can't meet me." I said, "Mr. Bosey, should I tell this or not?"
No, go ahead. Yes, sir.
So Mr. Bosey came out there that evening, gave us supper. We ate out there. He said, "Boys, y'all go out there in that barn out there." They had one colored family living down the road from him there. But he and his wife, they went to Port Arthur. They had a bunch of hoes and went to pick up slop in Port Arthur. So he knew about the ride, and he didn't come back. It must have been about 30 or 40 cars coming down that road. When he got to that guy's house with him, black guy and his wife was living, they wasn't there. About a block off the road, they shot up in the house there. So Mr. Oates, he said, "Boys," he said, "y'all go out there in the woods there," because that mob is coming down the road there. So we left out the barn and went right down in the wood there. And we could hear him talking. He said, "What them niggas y'all had working out here?" He said, "Mr. George came, got those boys and brought them back to Beaumont. They're not out here." We stayed out there in the woods, sit up there all night in the woods. And the next morning, old man George came back there and brought us back to Beaumont. But if they'd have found us, they'd probably kill us out there, and then they would have found us out there in the woods.
Wow. What year was that?
They had that ride, must have been in, wait a minute, we moved, must have been in 44, 40, 1940, 40, 43, 44, 43 or 44.
Oh, okay.
Because I went to service in 45.
Right.
Yeah, after that.
What was the ride? I don't ever remember hearing about that. What was the riot over?
Really?
Yeah.
You know, it was segregation, and it still got some segregation. I think a white lady said a black guy had insulted her out there at the shipyard out there. Well, you see, they had white women welding there, but no black welding there. But they found the one with some black women welding there at Bethlehem Steel. And this woman, they say, called that ride there a race ride. Mm-hmm. Well, my daddy, well, if I'm going to tell the story, I'm going to tell it. My daddy, his mother, my grandmother was an Indian. And she married a white man. He was an Irishman. Some of the boys, some of them as white as you. But my daddy, he was working at the railroad station down there, trying to clean up at night. And he was walking home from the KCS railroad station, and some white guys in a car drove up beside him, and one of them looked at it and said, "Oh, that's a Mexican, let him go." If they'd have known he was black, they probably would have killed him.
Wow.
But we made it back to Beaumont and all. Yeah, but that was bad. A lot of people got beat up, killed and stuff there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a race ride here.
Yeah,
but we moved here in 42. So it had to be in 43 or 44.
43, okay.
44,
yeah. In June.
June of 43. Huh?
Back in those days, black women working at Montgomery Ward there in the kitchen, but the black couldn't go sit to the counter and get nothing, no sandwich and coffee or nothing. You get it to go. You couldn't go sit down in there. On the bus, on the city buses, they had a sign up on there, white over here, black here. And if a bunch of white get on here, if that driver get up there and push that sign back, you get up and stand up and hold on that rail there. If you don't get up, he going in that filling station and call the police. They gonna come there and drag you and put you in jail.
Oh, wow.
Off the city bus.
Yeah.
When he gets so far, then all the white people get off. He bring the sign back up to the front. You can sit down. But when he make it around out there in the black neighborhood, when he get back up there in the white neighborhood, that sign go back there. If you sitting up here, you get up and go stand up and hold on that rail there. If you don't get up, you go into jail.
Right.
Right here in Beaumont.
Wow. Back in the 40s.
Changed. A lot of things that changed. Yeah, oh yeah. Boy. A lot of changes, yeah. But it's better. It's better than what it was. You know, it's still, like I said, I ain't no politician. I'm not that smart. But it's always been a thing between white and the black. Some of the whites, I work with some darn good white men, man. I'm telling you, good. And some of them, I've had some run-in with some of them that wasn't so good, you know. But what are you lot thinking? No, no. The president, I'm not against him, but I believe the president got the white fighting the white now.
Yeah.
In a way, he got the white fighting. That ain't gonna work.
Not very long, huh?
Now let me hush my mouth up. I might be done said too much already.
Nah, it's I mean, it's good. It's especially that story from the 40s. You know, it's important to have. It's important to hear those stories.
Yeah.
You know, it's important to learn the lessons from there and not repeat the situations that we
yeah.
Important not to repeat the situations that we built in times like that.
Yeah, but it's didn't change. You got all that what I say down.
But we can
Baby.
we can edit
but
it if
I
we
didn't add
need
nothing to. That's the truth. What I
That's
said.
the truth, though. I mean, that's you know,
I can't make
it's
it up, but
I mean, history's history. You know. And
yeah.
especially in the 40s.
It's better. It's
Yeah.
better than what it was.
Yeah, there's been. I'm sure there's a.
And this month they had what they call Black History Month. They've been showing a whole lot, you know,
Yeah.
about blacks and all, and a lot of things the black men created. They didn't get no credit for it, you know. Lots of things.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I know in the war, there's probably a lot of credit they didn't get
No.
in the war.
Well, you see, when I went into the Air Force, it was segregated. White had their barracks and blacks had their barracks. We wasn't in the same barracks. And wasn't no blacks flying no airplanes back in those days. When this black guy was smart enough, and when you get to be a 4-star general, you can be president like Eisenhower did, President General B.O. Davis went to Tuskegee, Alabama, and he was over at that base, that army base there, and he trained them black soldiers how to fly airplanes. But before then, they wasn't training them. There was a black outfit down there in Mexico, down there in Alabama, I think it was, and it's still down there.
Yeah.
It's still down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They learned them how to fly, you know. No, you didn't mix you up. You didn't go in that white barrack. You stay in your barrack. Yeah.
Were your kitchens, when it was time for you all to eat, did y'all eat separately?
In the mess hall?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. The white go when it's time for them to go. When they leave out, then the black go and eat.
So back then the mess halls were segregated too.
Yeah, the barracks, the mess hall, everything was segregated.
Segregated barracks, segregated mess halls and eating times and stuff.
Yeah. And the washrooms, everything was segregated. They didn't mix. No. But now they mix. I guess they're all in the same barracks, I guess now.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Well, now I seen something on the TV the other day. They didn't want no black women in the army. But I think Miss Roosevelt, his wife, she worked on it and started taking the women in the wax, putting them in the army and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What job did you have in the Army?
When I was in the Army, I was assigned to the motor pool, driving trucks. And some days I'd drive truck and pick up the laundry. I had some helpers on the truck there. And some days I'd have a car to haul the officers around on the campus or take them to the airport and stuff like that, you know.
Okay.
I just kept the car with me. And whenever they give me the time to be there to pick an officer up somewhere or something, and I'd go pick him up there. Yeah, I drove. I didn't fly no airplane. I was doing a lot of driving.
Yeah.
I did a lot of driving. Tax business. I still got my driver's license from the Army.
Really?
Yeah, it said my driver's license. Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier you did a lot of driving. You said you did driving, commercial driving.
In the city?
No, after you
between
ranching and.
I drove a freight truck for Red Ball Motor Freight. I worked for them several years, driving the freight truck, delivering freight.
Yeah, that was something we were talking about earlier. I said it seems like anybody that's done anything around farming or ranching can all drive trucks, can all drive big rigs, you know.
Well, the facts of business, and I said, couldn't you? The facts of business. When we moved to Texas out of Louisiana, my grandfather had a brand new Model T in the garage in the barn there. My dad didn't know how to drive it, so he finally sold it to a white man. We got to Beaumont. A friend of mine, his daddy had a parking lot downtown, a black guy. I used to go down there and help him park them cars, and I learned how to drive, and I learned my daddy how to drive.
So you taught your dad how to drive?
I taught him how to drive after I learned how to drive.
How old were you?
About 17 years old.
Okay, about 17.
Yeah. But I was always eager to learn stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. But I made a mistake. When I got going to school there, some of my buddies dropped out of school. I'm running with my buddies. My daddy said, if you ain't going to school, go get you a job. I would got me a job, man. But I wish I'd have stayed in school. But after I got married, I went to night school and learned some more, you know. I read. You had to know how to read to deliver that freight to the right places, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, I learned how to read. Do pretty good back then, but I am saying now some of them children getting out of college, they can't find no job with a college education.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Well, you see, back in those days, the shovel and all that, them dishes, they got a machine now to do all that. They don't need them shovels no more now.
Yeah, that's what one of the plumbers I work with, he said when he's probably been plumbing for about 15 years or so. He said when he started out, you know, you had to dig all your trenches and stuff by hand. And he said now they hardly ever dig a trench. They get the excavator out and do everything off the Mini X.
Yeah. Back in those days, if they wanted to pour a slab of concrete, we had them buggies there. You go to that truck and load your buggy and you push. Now they got them pump trucks.
Yeah.
They can pump it anywhere, pump it through a pipe, anywhere they want it out there, you know. That contractor on Corner Drive, he got all those wheelbars stacked there by his building back there. They don't use them no more.
Yeah, they don't do anything out of a wheelbarrow hardly.
No, everything's on a quick, fast doing, you know what I mean? Yeah. The city used to have 2 men on the garbage truck. 3, one driving, and one on each side in the back, dumping garbage can. Now, 1 man or 1 lady sitting up in that truck, and that thing reach out there and get that can, dump it and sit it back down.
Do it all automatic.
And they used to ride on the back of the truck, raining, cold. They couldn't all get up in the cab there, the truck. Well, them two guys was dumping them guys. They on the back of the truck.
Yeah.
But now he's sitting up in there by a heater, or air conditioning in that truck. You don't even have to get out there for nothing.
Yeah.
They always say, if you build a better marriage trap, you'll be the path to your door.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can create a better marriage trap.
Well, what about ranching? What about working cows and stuff? How has that changed over the years?
Well, like I say, they don't need all them cowboys out there, you know what I mean, and to round them up. Those cows are gentle now. Most time, you can just call them. Well, when I was out there on Mr. O'Brien, if I wanted to change them from one pass to another, I go to the gate and holler just like, woo! They come up there and open the gate and they go where I want them to go. I didn't need no horse, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Except when I wanted to put them in the pens to wake them up there in the pens and things. But just to change them from one pass to another, I didn't need no horse. They come there, they'd all come on up there and they go where I want them to go.
So what do they do now? What do they do now?
What do you do now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the guy, he might go out there and just holler at him or get him a bag of feed and drop a little feed on the ground and put that bag on his four-wheeler, and the rest of them, they going to follow. Well, you always going to have what they call some lead stock there. Them older cows, them young ones going to follow.
Mm-hmm.
If them old ones go behind you, the rest of them will come right on behind you. Yeah. Oh yeah. They will train and different from what they used to be.
Yeah.
They're not all wild.
And most of that just through breeding over the years, just calming them down through breeding.
Yeah. But different type of cow. You know, you can. I'm gonna say this. You can take a white bull and a black cow, and you put them two together. All right, when you get that calf, if you put that calf back with the black bull, the calf's gonna wind up being black. But if you put that calf with a white cow and put that calf with a white bull, the calf's gonna be white. You can change the color of them or create what you want with them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All depend on how they built, you see.
Off the genetics.
Yeah. The Bremer, they good because they can survive off a little or nothing. Weeds, bushes, trees, and whatnot. And them guys, I ain't gonna say I know I do, but them guys that can grade them cows, you see, some of them will dress out 40, 60 or something like that. All them long legs, them horns and all that, got to throw all that away. Well, they finally got them down there where they dress out, say, 70-30. You understand? They ain't got all that waste. So that's the kind they're using now, and they more, I keep saying they were more domesticated, they're more gentle than their mothers. You understand? You don't need all them cowboys to wake them. One man, the owner, can go out there and wake them by himself.
Right.
And a lot of them rodeo bulls, when he don't have that rope that riding on him and in his flank, that's what make him buck. When they put that rope in his flank back there and tighten that up on him, he want to get that off him down there.
Right.
You see? What little I learned about it, I didn't learn all, but they train them bulls just like you training the riding. They put them bulls in a chute, they put a dummy on him, something dummy, where they can press a button and fall off of him.
Mm-hmm.
And they get out here, right by that chute there, they put a hot water, electric fence there. When he come out that chute there, he ain't gonna run down yonder because they done barred him here with that wall. He gonna dump you right here if he can, or throw you back in the chute. He's not going way down yonder. Well,
right.
They train them that way. They train them to buck. They don't just, well, when they get a good bull, they use him for breeding. You know, because he's a good bucker, and you're gonna make some good rodeo bulls. They use him for that. The other time them older bulls, they retire him and put him out there raising calves, raising some bulls.
Okay. And just to back up just a little bit, you were saying, so So I guess before, when you said you'd have like a cow that would be like 60-40, so you're saying, and then they got them to where they'd be, say, 70-30, and you mean like when they dress them out, when they butcher them out, you'd have 70-30, and 30 would be your like waist, right? So you started out with 60-40.
Well, that all depends on what kind of animal it is.
Okay.
Now I'm not cutting you off. Excuse me. In the dairy business, they had Jersey. Is known for good rich milk. Well, they finally got the Holstein. They give her plenty milk. The Holstein, that's the black and white one there.
Right.
Now Jersey, he's one of them kind of animals that's gonna dress you out. Maybe you might throw away 40% of him, and you only get 60% meat, or he don't have a lot of meat on him there. He's strictly for milk. That's a milk type of stock. But they finally kept on breeding them and up there, and they got some limousine. Limousine, they're good and stocky built and got them little short legs. You don't have. See, that Bremer got all them legs. You throw all that away and the hide and all that.
Right.
Well, the little black Angus, they dress out way good. You know, got a good dress percentage to them.
Okay.
Yeah, but the Jersey, that's strictly milk.
Okay.
Dairy cattle. In fact, the business, years ago, the dairy farmers, the little bull calves, they'd give them to if you had a ball and raise them. Because now they take him out there and tap him in the head and throw him in the bush because they wasn't going to let him. It's one thing about, I don't know everything, but I'm going to say this. When a little calf is like a human being in a way, if he don't get that colostrum, that first milk, he don't live. And a little baby should get his mother's milk when he first born. They should get that mama's milk. If that little calf don't get that mama's milk, well, they let the little bull calf stay on there till that milk clear up, he get all that colostrum. So I guess I'm saying it right, but it's kind of like medication for him. They help him to breathe and clean him out and all that stuff. But when he sucked that out, he got to go because the rest of the milk going to the market. He going to the store.
Oh,
they ain't gonna let him suck no milk because they don't want him. They don't want him for what? He don't butcher out much or nothing, and they don't need him for breathing.
Yeah.
So they give him away or knock him in the head. They don't keep him out there. Yeah.
Not worth raising them up.
No. I've had as much as 3 or 4 of them little bull kids at my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a bottle and raise them up there. Mm-hmm.
Bottle feed them, huh?
Bottle feed them, yeah. Where you start on that bottle, you put your finger in the bottle, you start sucking on your finger, and you have the bottle right there, you put your finger out, stick that there, and sure, he follow you around there with that bottle. Yeah, he follow you all over the yard with that bottle there. But you couldn't give him as much as he might want because you was scouting, you know what I mean, and all of that. You had to have a limit, give him so much, and that's it. Don't give him a whole lot.
So, man, you got to know how much to feed them.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You got to know how long to train the horses before you got to let them stop.
Well, I was in a position, I could walk up to an animal, a cow, a bull, and I wouldn't miss his weight over 20 pounds.
Wow, just by looking at him.
Well, if you're going to be a cow trader, buying and selling, when you go out to a guy's pasture with a few cows, you got to know about what that calf going to weigh or what he going to weigh, because you got to allow yourself some money when you go to the sale barn with.
Right.
But if you don't know about what he going to weigh or what not, and you pay too much for him out here, you're going to lose when you go sell him.
Yeah, I didn't think
so
of that.
So if you can look at him and say, he weighed 250 pounds or he weighed 1,600 pounds, you missing about 20 pounds there. Well, that ain't too bad, If you do it, it's just like doing it. If you do it regular, practice, just like riding bulls. You can't substitute practice. You got to practice.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be a cow trader and all, you got to practice and learn all about it. You'll learn about it. Make money.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wish you'd be successful with your bull riding, man.
I hope so. It's getting better.
It's getting better?
Yeah. And
well, I've had some of my cowboy friends years ago. They wanted to be a bull rider, They go up here to the bull riding school. They put him on an old steer there or something, get him started then all that. Man, I'll come up here and ride bulls. I want to ride bulls. They been trying to put him on one of them hot bulls. He give all that bull rigging and leave it up there, give it to somebody, come on back.
You give it to him,
That's why I say nobody don't have to tell you about riding bulls. You learn how to ride or you get into something else.
Yeah.
But I hope you can be successful in bull riding.
Yeah, and that's a big part of it too. Nowadays, there's so many schools, there's so many places to go learn.
Yeah.
But that's the key, is getting around somebody that can teach you well. Because just a little bit that I've learned so far, it can save you a lot of trouble down the road if you get with the right instructor.
Them schools kind of expensive, huh?
They can be.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of times we'll pay about $200, $250 a day, depending on what the school is. Sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little more. There's a few weeks ago we got about 4 days worth of school for right around $1,000. So usually it comes out to about $250 a day, and heck, a lot of that goes to the whoever's bringing the bulls.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's expensive to put those schools on. But
have you mastered that mechanical bull?
Not quite, no sir. I haven't gotten on a whole lot of those, but they
that mechanical bull.
Well, the problem with the mechanical bull is there's nothing to feel. You can't feel the way, because like riding horses and riding bulls, live bulls, you can feel that.
Yeah.
All the shoulders moving and stuff
like that. Well, that mechanical bull, he can do some stuff. I don't think a bull can do some of what he do.
I think they can make. And those some of those machines, they're programmable.
Yeah.
You can write a program into that machine, and then you just punch a button, and it does everything for you.
You know what they did before they got the mechanical bull? They get a 55-gallon drum.
Right.
And put 2 posts here and 2 here. And put a rope to this post, a rope to that post, rope to that. And you get up here, and each one of them ropes, they pull them ropes, and you couldn't hardly stay on that barrel up there in them trees, man, and posts out there.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh, yeah.
They've got a trainer that we'll use that's set up to a motor, and it's a barrel, but it's on a motor that just goes straight up and down.
Yeah.
So the barrel moves on a pivot point just straight up and down, and you just practice riding. You practice it, and as if that's just the jump and the kick of the bull, and you practice that motion.
But man, that mechanical bull, that's young.
They can make them twist and turn and.
Yeah, you can speed him up there as fast as you want there.
We were at one either a training or a bull riding somewhere, and somebody was saying, "Now that's just for drunk girls at the bars. All that's for." So we stayed away from them.
Boy. But they got some of them women that's tough now.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh yeah. They got a young girl. I think she's 12 or 13. That's in that mini bull series. And she's taking that mini bull series by storm, man.
Yeah.
Some of them are tough.
You'd be surprised what them women can do if they decide they want to do it.
Yeah.
We had one used to ride bareback horses in the rodeo there. Black girl. Well, her daddy was cowboy and all. But
what would she ride? Would she ride like barrel racing or something, or?
No, she was riding bareback bucking horses.
Oh, okay.
The bucking horses.
Okay.
Yeah. She was from up there around Victoria, Texas.
Okay. She didn't hear the bareback riding.
Yeah, she was in the bareback.
Okay.
They had some of them there was training horses. One of the guys' daughter was a horse trainer. Yeah. It's money to be made rodeoing, there's money to be made, but you got to be careful. Get all the training you can get, you know what I mean? And you can't substitute practicing. There ain't no substitute. You can't just go out there and get on a bull and say, I'm going to ride. You need to start off and wake into it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice.
Yeah.
A lot of people look at it and think you're just tying your hand in, and but there's a lot to it. Man, there's a lot to it. But there's a lot to any of it. It's every bit. I think bull riding is probably one of the easiest things to do in rodeo.
It is. It's not. It don't cost you a lot of money to get into it. There,
it's easy.
Like I say, excuse me. If you're gonna be a roper, you got to have a saddle, a horse, a trailer, and a truck to pull it.
Right.
But now the bull, you need your rope, you need some chaps, you need some spurs, and a bell tie on that rope there. That's all you need.
That's it.
And in the bareback rigging, they got that rigging in that book there. All you need was that bareback rigging and some spurs and chaps.
Right.
And that's it. But now, for barrel racing, steer dogging, and roping, you got to have a horse, a trailer, and a saddle. You got to spend some money to get into that.
Then you got to have some place to keep it all.
All that, yeah.
Yeah.
You see, I've heard of them young cowboys, like bull riding and all that. Some of them were so well off, they had airplanes. They'd ride in Los Angeles one day, and that night they'd be in Atlanta, be somewhere in Florida somewhere on an airplane.
Yeah.
They just mailed money to them. They didn't stay there collecting money. They mailed it to them there. Get on the airplane. Now, that's some big time cowboys.
Yeah, it must be nice there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they that's the trick to like any of the timed events. I mean, there's so much going on in roping.
Oh,
I mean, first you got to be able to ride the horse, then you got to be able to lasso the calf. I mean, there's just so much going on.
Yeah, I can't think of his name there. If I could think of his name, and that tie down calf roping, these all tournaments 8, 9, and 10. I forget his name. Roy Cooper, I think his name. He tied a calf in 6 seconds.
Wow. So he was tie down roping.
Tie down roping, yeah, 6 seconds.
6 seconds to do it, to tie the calf up.
You catch him and go to him and tie him. Well, now I had that roping horse I had in the breakaway. I caught calf in 2 seconds.
Yeah, in the
2
breakaway.
seconds.
Man,
yeah, in the breakaway roping. Yeah. And one time I didn't even go to the pay winner with a 2. The guy went under me with a 1-9.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's quick. Your horse got to be quick.
Yeah, that's quick.
Yeah, you got to be quick and ready. But I enjoyed it, man. I just like to watch it now, man. I enjoy watching it, yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I've learned that I didn't expect getting into it is all the camaraderie in rodeo. And, when you go to the rodeo, it's not just going and doing your event, but there's a lot of fun sitting around talking with everybody behind the chutes and talking with all the other contestants and talking to people that are talking to the stock contractors and stuff. There's a lot going on, behind the scenes.
What I want to tell you is, when I had that rodeo piano, I wanted to learn about the rules and how you pay off and all that. And I either wrote to PRCA, Professional Cowboy.
Yes, sir.
Association. I wrote and asked them for a book. So you ought to write to them, and they'll send you a book. They didn't charge me nothing for it.
Yeah.
It's a little bitty book there, about so thick, but they got everything in there, how the payoff go, and all that, and everything. It's in that little book there. It was a professional, professional.
Probably PRCA.
Professional Rodeo Cowboy Association. PRCA. That's what it was.
Okay.
But now you write to them.
Send off for like a rule book?
Yeah, tell them to send you a rule book.
Okay.
And it tells you all that about everything, how the payoff go. And in professional rodeo, they might pay as many as 20 pays. 20. Because your entry fee might be $500 or $600.
Right.
To get in it. You understand? So they might pay 12 or 14 different monies.
Right, pay off. But
it tells you how to break that money down.
Yeah. So 12th and 14th, 15th place might get paid out depending on the rodeo.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I learned how to pay off there. Well, now, and we just have just a few of them roping there. No, just fun out there. And you pay, if it's 3 of them, you're going to pay 3 monies. You pay 50, 30, and 20. That make $1, huh? 50% go to first, 50, 30, 20. And the other one get 30%, and the third one get 20%.
Okay.
So that's that whole $1. That's that whole pot there. The whole pot there. Now you can pay 4 months. That'll be 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay.
For 4 months. They pay 5 months. Like I said, they might pay 12 or 15 months, man.
Right.
Because we were just putting up a couple of dollars roping out there among ourselves. Yeah? But in the professional rodeo, your entry fee might be $300 or $400 or $500.
Yeah.
And you might place there and you might wind up with $1,000.
Right.
Place in number 10 in 10 spot there somewhere.
Yeah.
But you write to the Cowboys Association and get you one of them books there, get you one of them rodeo books there. They send it to you.
Yeah, start figuring out the breakdown and the rules and stuff.
Yeah. Don't go out there and get on them hot bulls now. You start out light.
Yeah.
Yeah, start out light, but you work into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went down to Fort Worth a couple weekends ago, and we rode at the Stockyards rodeo, and I thought, well, I was trying to get some information on the rodeo, and I thought, well, it's kind of a little bit of an exhibition kind of a rodeo, so I thought, well, they'll probably be kind of like amateur bulls, you know.
Yeah.
I'll go down there and get on the amateur bull. No, they started loading them bulls up, and they were all pro bulls. I mean, they call it a championship rodeo, and they started loading bigger bulls than I'd ever seen. And I thought, oh man, here we go. And they were good. I mean, they were all big, bad bucking bulls. But I thought, going into it, I thought I'll go get into some amateur deal. And it wasn't nothing amateur about that night. So,
yeah, they found out if you really want to be a bull rider.
Yeah, pretty quick, yeah.
But that's good, man. That's good.
Found out the only thing amateur in that arena was me.
Yeah. Well, you got to learn. You got to do like them guys. Just learn. Just take time and learn to take care of yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, learn. It's just some little tricks to it, but you learn all that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, just things like, as far as bull riding goes, it's just little things like, you know, how to get off the bull on the right side.
Thing,
you know, just little things like that.
Well, one thing, they got some clowns out there now to help the rider when he get thrown off. And most of them bulls, when he throw you down, he heads to the chute to go on out.
Mm-hmm.
He don't turn around and fight you or try to run. Another thing, a bucking horse, if he throw you, he will not step on you. But if that bull throw you, he gonna come there and step on you and try to stick one of them horns in you. You understand? A bull will do that. But a horse, he's not gonna walk. He won't step on you.
Yeah.
But a bull will walk on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll walk on you. Yeah, but like I said, ain't nothing like training and have a good trainer. Yeah, them guys that's training you, he been down the road, he know.
Right.
Yeah, he know. Yeah. Well, I guess I done ruined my mouth enough, huh?
Well, we've gone way over whatever this computer's saying. It's been quite a while. 100 minutes.
100 minutes?
Yeah. So we've
60 minutes is an hour, huh?
60 minutes is an hour. We've gone way
90
over
minutes is
an hour and 40 minutes. So
90 minutes is an hour and a half, huh?
Yes, sir.
And we done went over that.
We done went over that. So yeah, that was That's probably a good stopping point right there.
Well, all right.
But man, I sure appreciate it.
I appreciate you inviting me to come over here. I didn't
Yes,
realize I
sir.
was gonna be running my mouth all.
Well, no, I appreciate it. It was good. You know, I enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah,
And,
well, I enjoyed being over here.
yes,
Yeah.
sir. Well, thanks again, and I'm gonna hit the stop button right there.